Hi, my name is Chrysetta, and we'll be doing a 15-minute core workout today, and all you need is a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, you could use like a little rolled up towel or something around this size. And so I'm gonna start out on hands and knees, and the block's between my legs. I'm just gonna find this nice, kind of even feeling hands and knees position, where there's a soft bend in my elbows. I'm kind of wrapping my triceps, this back part of my arm, around under my armpit. So I feel this little kind of spiral in my arms. Once we're there, we're gonna go ahead and let the belly relax and just hang down. So I'm letting my belly let go. And then I'm gonna use my exhale to engage my belly and pick that kind of soft tissue layer of the belly up and hug my spine with it. So we'll do that a couple times, just kind of really feeling how that deep layer of abdominals works. So we'll inhale and let the belly relax. And then we'll exhale and pick the belly up and support the spine. So it feels like deflating that belly, and you'll feel how that pressure kind of changes for support. 2 more there, inhaling and letting go. Exhaling, hugging that belly up towards the spine. And then last one, we'll keep that hug of the belly up and in. So I'm feeling that belly kind of slightly lifted in that higher position. Good, and then from there, I'm gonna start to shift my body forwards and backwards. So from my hips and from my shoulders, I'll slide back and I'll slide forward. I'm squeezing this block between my legs, and I want you to also feel like you're kind of squishing your hands in towards each other, like you could almost wrinkle your yoga mat underneath you. So sliding back and sliding forwards with that little squeeze in towards the midline. Good, we'll go 3 more there, last 3. Good, last 2. Check in that your head is floating up in line with you. Good. And then last one right here, we'll pause with the shoulders on top of the hands, and then take a big step forward with your hands. So I'm going maybe 6 inches forward. And so it feels almost like I'm reaching for the floor in front of me. Once you're there, we're gonna slide our whole situation forward over the hands. You'll feel your abdominals lift up for support. And then we'll slide back, hips over knees. So I'm slowly sliding my shoulders on top of my hands, and then sliding my hips on top of my knees. And while you do this slide, notice that the spine can stay in its nice neutral shape. I'm not arching or rounding my back. So I'm just sliding that spine in one piece. Almost like my body is like a nice little plank of wood, and I'm sliding it all in one piece. Good, let's go 3 more there. So exhaling, the more support you need. Inhaling as you back off. Exhaling 2. And back. And then last one, we're just gonna hold this. So come forward into that plank position and hold. And feel for that really big exhale. Empty the air out and feel your abdominals lifting up to support your spine. I'll keep that feeling of bracing my belly a little bit as I breathe in. And then exhale, we're gonna try to empty everything again. So it's almost like that belly scoops up and in a little bit higher, a little more supportive every time we exhale. And if you notice that your neck or shoulders gets tight, just go ahead and take a little look side to side. You could also drop down to your elbows if you need to. Let's go 2 more nice exhales here. So breathing in, and then exhaling empty. Good, last one, breathing in, exhaling all that air out. Good, and then go ahead and sit your hips back. You'll take the block out, slide your feet out in front of you, and we'll work our way to lay down on our back. So all the way down on your back, I'm gonna squeeze the block between the heels of my hands. So So again, I have that little energy of kind of hugging in, and then take a nod and curl. So I'm gonna drop my chin, soften my chest, and feel my shoulder blades pick up off the mat. Good, from here, we're gonna look for that same feeling. So I'll breathe in and feel my back and sides, and then I'll exhale and let my belly deflate for support. Good, notice I've got the very bottom of my booty down. I'm not letting my tail curl under and float up. So I'm relaxing my butt down so I can really use my core up front. Good, let's hold this for 2 more exhales. So on your own time, breathing in, exhale, you're squeezing the block, engaging your abdominals. Last one here. And then I'm gonna move the block kind of like a rainbow shape. So it's gonna come in front of my front knee, and then it's gonna take a big rainbow up and over my knees and over to the other side. So we do a nice big rainbow up and over, finding a little squeeze on one side, up and over, squeeze to the other side. And you'll notice there's kind of like a matching motion that happens in the back of the rib cage. I'm kind of squishing my back ribs into the floor as I come around that corner. So we go side to side. There's no momentum in this movement. It's all nice and smooth, under control. And we'll take 4 more here, last 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. Good. Last one, and then hold it. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, we'll take 8 little pulses, reaching that block further forward for 8, 7, 6, 5. Here we go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, and then up and over one more time for the other side. Big breath in to prepare, and then 8 little pulses. Here we go, 8, 7, 6, 5, good, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. When you're ready, you'll lift your pelvis up and slide that block underneath your hips. So I've got my hips up a level. My ribs are relaxed down, so I'm not holding tension and arching my back. So relax those ribs. Feet come up into a little tabletop, and let's flex the feet. Good, so from here, really nice and slowly with that same exhale, I'm gonna exhale and reach one leg out nice and long. And then we'll slowly slide that leg back in. Then we'll go the other way. So exhale out nice and long, and then pull it in. So exhale, sliding out long, pulling that leg back in. I'm kind of pushing the air away, and then pulling the air back in. So moving in that sort of taffy feeling air. Good, if this is feeling great, you're feeling stable, ready for a challenge, let's add some arms. So I'm gonna reach my arms out overhead. As I reach out, feels like I'm getting pulled apart. And then my abdominals are gonna pull me back together. So I'm reaching everything out long, get pulled apart, and then use the core to drag everything back together. We'll do that a few times. Out, pulling everything back in. Good, reaching out, pulling everything back in. We'll go 4 more here, last 4, and press. Last 3. Good, last 2. Nice, and then last one there. Good, if you're ready for it, we're gonna try 4 times legs together. So reaching arms and legs away, pulling everything back in. And it's okay if your legs are going a little more towards the ceiling or if they don't get quite straight, totally fine. My first priority is that my low back and rib cage gets to stay nice and relaxed. 3. Last 2. Good, last one, we're gonna try to reach out and hold somewhere and then let one leg drop a few inches and lift back up. Other leg drops a few inches and lifts back up. My legs are moving from my hips. I'm not moving from in my low back or in my ribs. So my core muscles are doing quite a bit of work to hold my spine in this shape and not let my back arch and round. Good. We'll do 4 more here, big challenge. Last 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. And then last one. Let those knees fold in just for a moment. Press your feet into the floor. You'll take that block out and then hips down on the ground. Good, last little challenge here. We're gonna find our hands and knees position. And I want you to put the block underneath one knee. So I've got my knees lined up in the side to side way, but one's lifted up higher. So I'm a little bit twisted in my low back and in my pelvis. I have a little spinal rotation going. From here, I'm gonna push down with my right knee. It's like drilling down. I'm gonna use my deep core muscles to float my back leg up in line with my front leg. So now my whole body's matching, left half and right half, but my weight's on my right leg. So we'll do that a couple times, letting the leg come down to the floor. So now I'm twisted in my low back. And then I'm gonna use my core muscles to untwist and float that whole back leg up. I'm feeling my hands drag back towards my legs to really get my core muscles working. So it feels like I'm trying to make a handprint and slide those handprints down towards my legs. We'll go 3 more here. Last 3. Exhale, float that whole back leg. Last 2. Good, last one. We'll float that whole back leg. Kick that leg back out behind you. Flex your foot. And then reach your front arm in front. I'm gonna tuck my toes under for this bottom leg for a little extra stability. And then it's like my front hand is gonna high five my back thigh. So I press in, make a high five. And then reach away. Press in, make a high five, and out. Press and reach. Press and reach. 4 more. We go 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last one. And then we'll switch that block over to the other side. So I'll have block under knee, hands and knees. And you can see my knees are in line with each other, but my lower back and my pelvis is rotated because the block's underneath that back leg. So I'm gonna use my core muscles to hover the whole front leg up. So now I'm completely matching. And then I drop that front leg back down slowly. So we exhale, hover that leg up. Should feel like some really nice deep abdominal work. And then slowly place it down. And I'm kind of drilling my back knee straight down into the block. So I'm not shifting my pelvis over to the side. I want you to be right on top of it. And we'll go 3 more there. Last 3. Good, last 2. And then last one, we'll hold at the top. So sliding that front hip in line with the back hip. I'll reach my leg out, back toes tuck under for a little extra stability. And then it's like a high five. High five that thigh, push it away, and then reach out. High five and press, and then reach it away. And we've got 4 more here, final 4. Last 3, last 2, and then we're gonna finish with our whole plank. So hands down, foot back foot meets the front foot, find a plank position and just hold it. So I'm feeling for my neutral spine, my belly is deflating and lifting up for support. We're gonna hold this for about 10 counts. Here we go for 8, push the floor down. Here's your final 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then tap your knees gently to your mat. You'll pull your hips back. right on top. And find this kneeling position. We'll do a quick little stretch. So I'm gonna slide my hands behind me, interlace the hands, roll your chest forward and up, and look up towards the ceiling. So you might feel a little stretch in the neck, maybe in the front of the shoulders and the chest. You're gonna take a big breath in, feel like you're really spreading out your collarbone wide. And then just stack yourself right up to that nice tall neutral spine, and we are done for today. Thank you so much for joining me.